He could not open his eyes once he woke up. It used to happen each time he went over his limit in drinking his favorite rum. He felt a backache and his eyes shut. He thought that he was about time to change his queen-size mattress. It was no different from lying on a 9-inch nail bed to him. It was the feeling of an unusually hot morning. He felt his shirt pretty wet. Like every morning he did, he groped for his cell phone. He was curious if Janice, his new crush, had sent him any text. She was 19, tall, and had an advantage in her top. "Damn it," he said in an angry tone. "Where the hell is this phone?" His eyes were still shut. He did not feel strong enough to open them. Finally, his hands grabbed his cell. It made him nervous to find out if there was any text message in his inbox. He mustered all the strength to open his eye a little to see the screen. What? The phone was dead. No light, no screen at all. He could swear to God he plugged in his charger last night before he went to bed. During all that flashy parade of thoughts, he could notice the bright sunshine in his body. At that moment, his eyes were wide enough to see that he was not in his bedroom. God damn! He was in the middle of a large plot of lawn surrounded with tall white walls. It was kind of a heliport, but the shapes on the ground were admiringly perfect and alien to him. He was in deep shock. He found himself yelling around. There happened to be no reaction in the large yard that he was in. He thought, "Oh my God, where am I? Please help. Please help me. I know you are thinking I remember you only when I'm in trouble. Believe me, it's not true." He suddenly pulled himself together and advised himself to calm down. He started to look around and look for clues of where he was. He was wearing a white baggy robe. It was dead calm around. Nonetheless, it was smelling nice and fresh. Way interesting was it to see the walls of the yards look like glass. They weren't, though. He could see the trees through the walls. They were kind of glass fence encircled the area. How and when was he taken to this spot? And how come he did not feel anything wrong all while this was happening? It was like he was kidnapped after he was intoxicated on purpose. He wanted to go out and find someone to ask for help. The problem was, there was no gate to go through the outside. It should have been a curse inflicted upon him by God for this recent rascal behavior to young girls way younger than him. He was lying and cheating them. This should have been a divine warning by God. He knelt down with an abrupt move and looked up. "Oh my Lord, I know I acted irresponsible during recent days. I also stopped calling my mom in Barbados once in a while. Also, I don't frequent the church these days, but I promise you I will start it over. I send you a great warning. Believe me, you will not make any more efforts to attract my attention to the good deeds I'm supposed to do." There, he started to hear noisy sounds up in the sky. Also, the bright sunlight left the turn to a dark setting. He thought God turned it to a grayish, cloudy weather to make sure if Jack learned his lesson, and Jack went on praying. "No, please don't get mad at me. I can see your point while it's sunny, though. You know I hate when it's cloudy. What really makes me feel down." And he started yelling about once he saw the giant thing landing down slowly on the yard. Honestly, he could not hold his pee this time. He sagged down and fainted. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in a large bedroom while everything around was white. It was weird. He felt the flowers smelled, but he did not see any around in the room. He saw a t-shirt and pants just on the desktop next to his bed. Apparently, they left him there for him earlier. He wanted to sit on a bed, and he got himself upright using the support of his arms. It was just then a quite pretty woman showed up in front of him. He leaned against the wall with an immediate reflex and yelled out, "Who are you? Where am I and what time is it?" The woman was keeping a smile on her face the whole time she stands up there. He asked, "Oxel Sear? What's that? A new planet? So how long am I here? 1 week of my time?" It was very weird. Jack got the replies to his questions after he asked. However, the woman never spoke out any words. All she did was smile. Jack heard a woman's voice replying to him, but he was not sure where the voice came from. "Who spoke to me?" the same voice sounded. "Me, KP7. But I'm here, and you are looking at me. Sorry we don't use human voice to communicate each other. We use telepathy." "So why did you bring me here? You kidnapped me, right?" "No, we did not. You will stay here temporarily. After we finalize our work for you, you will be back rooted to your planet." But you don't even know me. And what is that work you are doing on me, Lady Gaga? Not exactly. We know where you live in Brooklyn, New York. You're a truck driver and delivering goods to 99-cent stores around Brooklyn and Queens. You were born in Barbados and moved to New York in 2004. Who the hell are you guys? How do you know so much about me? Jack stated, getting angrier and more anxious. For a moment he was not sure he would be back on Earth. Oh my God. He used the word Earth for the first time on his mind since many years. Jack asked in a pretty worried tone, "You will let me go back to my planet, right? Right?" To be continued.